Soon, we too will lie in the grave, waiting for someone to remember us, to recite Quran for us, to give charity on our behalf. Because once death comes, the book of deeds is closed. A person can no longer pray, fast, or give charity for themselves, but Allah's mercy is vast. So He left 3 doors open even after death: ongoing charity, sadaqah jariyah, beneficial knowledge, and a righteous child who prays. These are doors of salvation for the dead and responsibilities for the living. Imagine again a soul lying in its grave, worried, afraid, and suddenly angels bring good news. Your son prayed for you. Your daughter gave charity in your name. Someone practiced what you taught. In that instant, the grave turns from darkness into light. But it shouldn't stop after 40 days. Whenever we remember them, we should continue to send prayers and gifts of dua. The Prophet ﷺ said about visiting graves, "Visit the graves, for they remind you of death. And know this, for the one lying in the grave, the Quran is among the greatest gifts. The words of Allah are not just sounds. They carry light and descend upon the grave as mercy." The Prophet ﷺ said, "Surah Al-Mulk protects its reciter from the torment of the grave." So imagine, a person who made it their habit to recite Surah Al-Mulk every night in this world, now resting in their grave, surrounded by its compassion and protection. This is Allah's promise. When a person is laid into the ground, this surah stands like a shield, keeping harm away, bringing peace to the grave. And even if that person did not recite it regularly during their life, when their family recites the Quran on their behalf, that mercy does not go to waste. The angels carry that light directly to the grave. It brightens the darkness, eases the loneliness, and surrounds the soul with divine words that calm the heart. In many Muslim homes, when someone passes away, Surah Yasin is recited. Though scholars differ on some details, the essence is clear. The Quran benefits both the living and the dead. For the living, it is a reminder. For the dead, it is a gift. In the grave, nothing from the world can reach a person, not wealth, not status, not achievements, but the sound of the Quran becomes a priceless blessing. For the believer, it is like cool water poured over fire. For the sinner, it is a gentle balm that softens regret. Every verse recited becomes a light that pushes back the darkness of the grave. Think of Surah Al-Fatiha, the chapter every Muslim knows by heart. Reciting it for the deceased means praying for guidance, mercy, and hope, asking Allah to ease their journey through Barzakh. Think of Surah Al-Ikhlas, short but filled with the declaration of Allah's oneness. When recited with sincerity, it brings mountains of reward to the departed soul. In the first 40 days after death, while the soul adjusts to its new place, the Quran recited for them is like furniture placed in an empty room, bringing warmth to the cold, peace to the emptiness, and companionship to the lonely. The beauty of the Quran is that it is not bound by time. Even if a person lived with sins, the Quran recited sincerely on their behalf still benefits them. For Allah is generous and His mercy is greater than His anger. That's why scholars say, do not stop reciting. Do not let the grave fall silent. Send the Quran as light to those who have passed. Because every letter is a light, every verse is a mercy, and every surah is a shield of protection. When a person enters the grave as an evildoer, a veil is lifted before them, and they are told, look, these are the things you chased after: wealth, status, fame. You ignored my cause, and now look at what you've lost. At that moment, a glimpse of paradise appears, showing what could have been theirs, and that sight becomes one of the greatest torments, as described in the teachings about the punishment of the grave. Then another veil opens. You see your wealth, your house, everything you worked for in the world, now divided among others. People are eating and drinking from the money you kept for yourself, the money you never gave for Allah's sake, the zakah you withheld, the charity you refused to give. Your body is being consumed by worms in the soil, while your children are consuming what you left behind. And you stand there, alone, giving account for it all. A voice says to you, none of it stayed with you. And worse, look at what else you've lost. Paradise. What did you sacrifice for these things that were bound to slip away anyway? You gave up the eternal for what was temporary. The greatest wealth you had was your lifetime, and if you spent it away from Allah's path, then what remains? So stop envying those who live in luxury but forget their purpose. No matter how powerful, no matter how rich, the grave will equalize everyone. Only deeds and faith will matter there. May Allah make us among those who enter the grave as martyrs, who do not suffer the agony of death or the drunkenness of dying. If the Prophet ﷺ were to see what we do today, what would he say about us? Entering the hereafter is like leaving the stage after years of performance and joining the audience that has been watching you all along. But before that day comes, ask yourself now, are the angels proud of you, or are the devils boasting about you? If the Prophet ﷺ looked at you, what would he say? When your family in their graves hears news about you, do they rejoice, or do they feel sorrow? The answer is being written right now, with every breath you take, every choice you make, and every step you walk. Do not delay your salah. Do not postpone your repentance. If you need to hug someone, do it now. If you have broken a heart, fix it now. If you have drifted away from Allah, return now. Because tomorrow might be your last day. And now, one final dua. O Allah, grant us the blessing of living with faith and dying with faith. Let our last words be La ilaha illallah. Do not leave us alone in the darkness of the grave. Grant us a grave filled with light and peace. And O Allah, make the grave of everyone watching this video a garden from the gardens of paradise. We keep reminding you with a young heart, the real life begins in the grave. So live this worldly life without forgetting that truth. On that day, it will not matter how long you lived, but how you lived. The deeds you do right now are shaping your place in the grave. You will either die pleasing Allah, or leave this world without earning His pleasure, carrying sins you never repented for. Your grave will be either a garden from paradise or a pit from hell. The way you live today decides how you will die and what will await you when you are buried. And then what will happen? After a long wait in the life of the grave, a sound will shake everything. A sound unlike anything ever heard before. It will mark the greatest event in all of existence, the Day of Judgment. We'll see you in the next episode, the Day of Judgment. If you sometimes feel alone in this vast universe, remember, this channel was made for you. Before this video disappears in the endless ocean of YouTube, help it reach others like you. Every new subscriber helps us reach another heart in need. Like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. May your support spread light to another soul.